All right, let's take a look at a cool new component that leverages some new Spring 20 capabilities. Got three accounts here, one that's cold, one that's hot, one that doesn't have any rating but is site foo, whatever that means. And I want to run a flow. And this flow, you'll notice that it doesn't have any get records because when we run this, we are going to set our query up as we run the flow. So this flow is completely dynamic. The person running the flow can go here, can select account, can pick the fields they want, can select, let's say, rating equals hot. They can put a limit on the query. They can order it by any field they want and in any direction they want. And then when we run this, flow carries out the query. This flow carries out the query and returns a single record. Good old 9TLUQ. And if we go take a look, sure enough, 9TLUQ, that is the hot account. So what we have here is a query building tool, and we can change this. We can go cold, or and we get LYQ, so we get a different record there. And we can do fancy stuff like custom 1 or 2 and 3, and we can add some stuff. And foo bar. So we've got custom queries in here now, and we've got multiple operations types, including in and not in. So a lot of good SOQL query capabilities that are here. So how is this working? Let's take a closer look at the flow. There's two components here. The part you just saw is a new flow screen component called SOQL Query Builder. And it is a LWC component that you can install. Very simple component. It basically just takes a label, you pass it in a SOQL string, and it will try and parse it, and you will output whatever the user creates there. Now, what are we doing with this query string? This flow screen component comes packaged with this flow process action called, you can see I'm really failing it here on the alignment, called execute SOQL. So I have this SOQL query action here, and it's pretty simple. It's taking that query string and it's carrying out. Now, I did have to lock in the S object that I wanted to pass it. Flow now allows collection processors like this one to work with any S object, but you do have to pick it. So let's actually undo this, and let me show you how that's created. So now I'm going to recreate it here, and let's call it do query this time. So I have to pick which which S object this action is going to take as as a parameter. This is going to be an output. This is basically saying I'm going to do an SOQL query. It's going to kick out some accounts. So I can do that here, and then once I select accounts, I get the actual parameters are available to me. So it's kind of two phases. First, you select, and I've got my query string here. Okay, and then I can hook this back up, and I'm back in business. And let's go here and let's add that back in. Let's go find good old do query. I'm using an automatic output here and just automatically setting it here. You notice I didn't have any variable I didn't create a variable when I wanted to go. A couple of observations here. One is that this has to be set to the same thing that your execute SOQL is set to, or things will go south fast. But of course, you could have more than one of these. You could have a decision element. You could, and you don't have to use this execute SOQL at all. You might want to take the SOQL string that comes out of here and save it to a record or something. So that's something to keep in mind, though. The another consideration here is that one of the places this will become quite useful is by the end of the year we will extend custom property editors to actions that use dynamic S objects. In other words, collection processors like the execute SOQL. And what we're envisioning is that this will not just be a screen component that you can use when you run a flow. It will also be the property editor that you see when you double click right here. So right here, instead of this, you would see all of the UI would be right here. So you would be able to use it at design time as well. A third observation is that uh, the we expect that some people will say, this is okay, but we need to be able to do more complex SOQL queries. We need to be able to do joins. We need to be able to work with related records. So that is an obvious place where this will need to be extended, and feedback on the way we should prioritize that would be welcome. And if you're interested in helping extend this, then speak up about that as well. So here's something fun to work with, and hope you enjoy it.